In the quiet, sun-kissed village nestled among rolling green hills, a young boy named Luel lived a simple life with his loving mother. The cobblestone paths and cozy cottages were peaceful, but for Luel, something was always missing from the serene picture. Luel often found himself gazing out his window, watching the world go by. More than anything, he dreamed of having a loyal friend.
I wished for a companion to share my adventures and quiet moments with, someone who would always be by my side.
One warm afternoon, while wandering along the babbling river that snaked through the edge of the village, his eyes caught a flicker of movement. There, nestled in the tall reeds, he found a small, frightened puppy hiding all alone near the water's edge. The little puppy looked up at him with large, hopeful eyes. It was weak and shivering, its tiny body trembling, yet there was a glimmer of trust in its gaze that pulled at Luel's heartstrings. He knew he couldn't just leave it there. With gentle, careful hands, Luel scooped up the fragile creature. The puppy let out a soft whimper but didn't struggle, as if it knew it was finally safe. Luel held it close and began the walk back to his small, welcoming home. He decided to name the puppy Beki. The name felt right, a perfect fit for the small friend who had just entered his life. A simple title animation would flash across the screen, etching Beki into the story forever. From that day forward, an unbreakable bond formed between them. Luel and Beki became inseparable companions, a familiar and heartwarming sight for everyone in the village. Their journey as the best of friends had just begun. Every morning, as the dew still clung to the grass, they would race out into the vast, open fields. Their laughter and happy barks would echo through the morning air as they played, their spirits as free as the wind. Beki was more than just a playmate. He was Luel's shadow. Whether Luel was exploring the woods, helping his mother in the garden, or simply sitting by the river, the loyal puppy followed, his tail always wagging. The little dog also became Luel's protector. Though small, Beki had a brave heart. He would stand guard, barking fiercely at any strangers who passed too close, ensuring his boy was always safe from harm. One night, the village's tranquility was shattered. A ferocious storm descended, with thunder rattling the windows and rain lashing down in blinding sheets. An unsettling feeling hung heavy in the dark, stormy air. Suddenly, a faint cry for help sliced through the howling wind, echoing eerily across the valley. It was a sound of pure desperation, a plea that made the hair on Luel's arms stand on end. The cry came from the direction of the dark, foreboding forest. An old man from the village, known for his late-night walks, had slipped and fallen into a deep, muddy ditch hidden by the overgrown shrubs. Luel heard the desperate pleas, and his heart pounded in his chest. He wanted to help, but the thought of venturing into the terrifying storm and the pitch-black forest alone filled him with paralyzing fear. Just as he was about to retreat back inside, Beki began to bark loudly and insistently. It wasn't an aggressive bark, but one of encouragement, as if a faint, warm light glowed around him, urging Luel to be brave. Finding strength in his friend's courage, Luel took a deep breath. Together, they burst out into the relentless downpour, their determined footsteps splashing through puddles as they ran toward the desperate sound. When they finally reached the ditch, they saw the old man, weak and struggling to breathe, half submerged in the muddy water. The steep, slippery sides of the ditch made it impossible for Luel to climb down. Luel was helpless, but Beki was not. The small dog, with a determined look in his eyes, prepared to leap into action. He knew what he had to do to save the struggling man. Without a moment's hesitation, Beki slid skillfully down the muddy bank. He gently but firmly gripped the old man's thick clothing with his teeth, providing a crucial anchor for the rescue. Luel, grabbing a nearby vine that served as a makeshift rope, pulled with every ounce of strength he possessed. It was a grueling struggle against the mud, the rain, and the man's dead weight. After what felt like an eternity, their combined efforts paid off. With a final, mighty heave, they pulled the old man to safety. A faint, victorious glow seemed to surround them as the man gasped for air on solid ground. Drawn by the commotion, villagers began to emerge from their homes, carrying lanterns that cut through the darkness. They rushed toward the scene, their faces etched with concern and curiosity. The crowd stood in stunned silence. Everyone was utterly shocked and amazed to see that it was Beki, the small, unassuming puppy, who had played the hero and saved a man's life against all odds. With tears of gratitude streaming down his face, the old man hugged Luel tightly and patted Beki's head. He whispered his thanks, his voice trembling with emotion and relief. News of the brave little dog's heroic deeds spread through the village like wildfire. Floating headlines appeared, telling the story of the loyal dog, the small hero, and the night of the rescue. In an instant, Beki became a celebrated hero. A spotlight seemed to follow him wherever he went, and the villagers looked at him with newfound awe and respect for his incredible bravery. But the fame and adoration didn't change Beki one bit. He remained the same humble and loyal companion, staying close to Luel's side, his world still revolving around the boy who had saved him. A month later, the village organized a grand celebration to honor their furry hero. The square was adorned with festive lights and colorful banners, all for the loyal dog who had shown them the meaning of courage. As the highlight of the ceremony, Beki was presented with a special award, a small, golden collar that shimmered and glowed under the festival lights, a symbol of his bravery and loyalty to the village. With immense pride swelling in his chest, Luel carefully placed the shining collar around Beki's neck. The moment was captured in a slow-motion close-up, a testament to their deep and enduring friendship. From that day on, Beki seemed to take on a new role. He became the watchful guardian of the entire village, often seen standing proudly on a hill, surveying the peaceful homes below. Children adored him, flocking to play with the famous hero, while the adults treated him with the utmost respect and admiration. Beki was a beloved figure, a cherished member of their community.
But for Luel, Beki was never just a hero or a village guardian. He was more than that. He was family.
The boy would often wrap his arms around his friend in a tight, loving hug. Their powerful bond only grew stronger with each passing season. A montage of their shared moments, playing, growing, and protecting one another, flashed by, showing the beautiful progression.